totalmente em inglês. Eu estou nervosa, confesso. Eu tô muito feliz da Chiara ter aceito o convite. A Chiara, ela é italiana, ela faz parte do meu cluster de au pair, então a gente se conhece tem algum tempo. E hoje eu vou começar a fazer algumas perguntas, entrevistar uma pessoa muito especial. Então, uma pessoa muito especial que topou fazer meu primeiro vídeo em inglês. Então, assim, né, não me julgue. Não julgue a gente. First, thank you for coming. Thank you for, because I know you're shy and she told me, well, we are gonna record like me and you. And I was like, yeah. She's like, I never did this before, but I'm super happy you're here.
Thank you too for inviting me.
She's my baby. I used to call her Team P. You're gonna know why. Why I put this nickname on her because go. Just kidding. That's why. Guys, the first time was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, we need to put the name of this, and now she's a Team P. But is it cute?
Kind of.
So, Chiara, she's underage here. She just turned 20 years old, and it's kind of hard for her. And we are gonna start talking about what's the experience for the underage here. And we are talking about a lot of things. So, okay, take a seat and relax, take a popcorn, and let's go watch me. Woo! Tell me about your experience being underage here. So, you think it's hard? What do you think about it?
So being au pair is nice, it's very nice. I did a lot of experience, I grew up a lot, I improved my English too, but and I knew here I couldn't do nothing, like I could not drink, I cannot go to dance, but I thought, wherever, I'm in America, I will be happy. But it's kind of hard and sad because sometimes the girl goes all the time to dance and go to the disco and have fun, and I cannot. During the holiday, like Halloween, they went whole Philly, and
that's true.
I couldn't go, so I went to DC.
It's your funny. Thank you, Chiara. Yes, you can. Okay, guys, we are back after she answered the phone, but it's okay that things happen. But you're talking about your experience being underage here, but you had the chance to go to visit another places that not only bars, there's more things that you can do being underage here.
Yes, I can travel a lot because I don't spend money for drink, so that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
I travel a lot, like in 9 months I visit 11 states. The annoying part is that too, like there are places I've been to Las Vegas, I couldn't do nothing. I was very nice, but
could you stay next the casinos? No?
I cannot stay I cannot stay inside the casino, I cannot stay close to the pool where there are the party.
The place that they have drinks around.
I cannot stay close to the place drink around. Like it's very annoying, it's just like dumb for me because like
it's annoying because like in Italy and in Brazil we are not underage.
Yes.
Like you turn it 18
like since when I was 18 I like 16 almost.
Yeah. 13.
When I was 18 I drink, I go to dance without any problem. Like for me, for my country, it's very normal. Like my dad for Christmas give me the wine. When I finish the high school, he give me a bottle of wine. So for us, it's very normal.
But do you have plans to come back here after you're 21 years old?
Yeah, I like America because I can travel a lot and I had fun in a lot of places. I've been in Miami, so I have a lot of fun here.
I need to go. I would like to go.
It's amazing. You have to go to Key West. Amazing.
So please tell me all the tips.
I can do that. But like I was thinking to go back in Italy and finish my college, and after come back in USA for another year. And have fun, like have completely fun, travel, go to Nashville, and do whatever I want.
Yeah, I told her I went to the Nashville and I went to the bars, all the bars, and I was walking around and I saw one old guy. I think he had like 60 years old. He had like a gray hair, and the security guy asked for his ID. He was like, come on, man, you don't think that I'm under 21, do you? And the security guy told him, well, I don't think, but these are the rules. So here they are so strict with the rules. So it's kind of
very hard.
Yeah. But you told me that you have plans to come back here.
Yeah.
But as a au pair or no, like a different program?
It's a good question. Like, I would love study here, like do my master here.
Oh, yes.
But it's very expensive.
Yeah,
honestly,
expensive.
it's very, very expensive.
That's true.
So I don't know if I can do it. If I have no chance, like I cannot find a work here, I cannot pay my visa here for study, I'm gonna come back like au pair. Yeah,
like au pair. Yeah, it's good because I cannot be au pair anymore because I already have 26 years old. But she has 20 and she can come back home, wait for 2 years and then come back here again. So that's a good...
I can come here like for other 3 times.
You can come back and come back. Says, okay, I don't want to be au pair. Let's go home.
Yeah. Like, what am I gonna do? Oh, be au pair.
It's funny. So okay, take your time, girl. Tell me about what do you think about the food here? About the pizza.
I have a picture with my first American pizza. I was like,
seriously?
I have to show you. I have to show you, really. Yeah, the food here is disgusting.
Yeah, sometimes she tell me how they can eat this.
And like the mozzarella, we have the fresh mozzarella, like fresh. Fresh mozzarella is so good. And like here is in this plastic sottovuoto.
Yeah.
You know the word sottovuoto?
What do you say?
Like sottovuoto, like the...
No.
Like in the plastic, is in the plastic without the water. It's terrible, it's disgusting, and they call it mozzarella. It's not mozzarella.
You guys wrong. But
what are you talking about?
I love this. This is the only thing that I know in Italian.
What are you talking about?
I used to like to learn some expressions in Italian.
That's the best one. Che cazzo?
Che cazzo?
Vuoi?
Why?
Yeah, che cazzo vuoi?
Che cazzo why? That means...
Yeah, like, what the fuck you want from me?
The cazzo why?
It's like, I know, like, you use porra.
Porra. She knows porra.
Like porra, we use cazzo all the time.
Cazzo.
Cazzo, yeah.
There is more word that you know in Portuguese?
Yeah, like, they teach me some word.
But I'm pretty sure are bad words.
Yeah, they are not good words. Like,
so, do you know what? I have a friend, he's Polish. And one time I was talking with my mom. And my mom called me. And he was next to me. And I was like, oh, here, come here. This is my mom. And he goes, tudo bom, cuzona? They teach me cuzona too. And I was like, you cannot call my mom cuzona. Cuzona, no, for my mom. And then he's like, oh, this is the kind of thing that you teach me. And I was like, this is my fault. He said with using his accent and like was like cuzona, cuzona, things like that. But we have to stop. It's my fault. It's our fault actually. So
you teach me cuzona too.
He had a huge like vocabulary about bad words in Brazil.
Yes, I understand.
And I hear you can use it fuck. And
shit. Fuck shit.
Yeah, that's
fuck. Yeah. Bro. Fuck, bro.
Did you already use some bad word that you say wrong for them and was terrible that for that moment?
Yes, like with my host kids I have 2 boys, 2 the teenager. Like we used to play with the Nerf, you know the gun. They have a little like
say in Italian. I know Italian.
I don't know in Italian.
Amazing. Say in Portuguese. I know Portuguese too.
I have no idea. Like it's like bullets, bulls.
Oh, okay.
Something similar. And the word is like bulls, something similar. And I didn't say bulls. I say, oh, where is the bullshit? I was, do you have more bullshit? Because my husband was telling, oh, bullshit.
Oh, okay.
I thought
because they
word.
Are teenagers, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was the word for describe that. So I say, oh, can I have more bullshit? Because I don't have enough bullshit in my pocket. My husband was like, Chiara, what? I was so embarrassed. No, bullshit is like a bad word.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, Sorry. So it's so funny. I mean, sometimes I feel like I know the words and the words are in my mind, and the moment that I have to say some word, my brain picks some aleatory word and say, and I say something wrong. Like my Hosh mom's sister, she told me, "Hi, nice to meet you," and I was like, "See you soon," and I say that. Why? I pick some word and I say that word. And I was like, sorry, I used to say another thing, but I don't know why. So sometimes, I don't know, you feel this way too.
Yeah.
You think about it and you say another thing.
Yeah, it's so weird because some words are similar too, like shit and shit, like very similar.
Yes.
And some stuff, like some phrases are the same. So it's so hard. Like remember when use one, when use the other. It's so confused.
I think the word for me, and when I try to speak fast. Because I speak fast in Portuguese, and I want to speak fast in English too, but I cannot tell in the right way. And you can imagine what happened. Like, oh, it's a big confusion. No, sometimes my host kid, they used to do like, what are you talking about? You know what? I remember something funny. So I used to say some bad words in Portuguese because when I'm so mad, I cannot say fuck for the kids. And I was like, puta que pariu. Oh,
puta que
pariu.
Porra. They teach me puta que pariu too.
Me? I don't remember this, but maybe I agree. Maybe it was me.
Filho de puta.
Filho da puta. Filho?
Filho.
No. Filho.
Filho.
Filho da puta.
Filho da puta.
You're amazing.
In Italian is figlio di puttana.
Filho de putana.
Yeah.
I was born to be Italian. I'm half Italian.
I want to be Portuguese. I want to be Brazilian, not Portuguese. Brazilian.
But you told me that you want to learn Portuguese.
Yes, I want to be Brazilian. So I will love like born again in Brazil.
So why? But what are the things that you love in Brazil?
I love the culture. I love the Brazilian culture. You're very close with your family. I love that. You told me like you dance all the time.
Oh
like,
yeah.
At the family meeting, you dance and like
you're happy.
You're happy all the time.
So Brazilians, we are in the floor. Like we have nothing. You have bills to pay. You have everything, but we are happy. I don't know how we can do it. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes we cry. I think like me and most of my friends, we are trying always figure out like how we can make a joke about it, thing.
Yeah, it's nice because I never saw you cry. Like you was in a bad situation a lot of time here because of course it's hard to be here, but you was like all the time with the smile and you make everybody smile. And like I have this imagine of Brazil where everybody's happy. I know it's terrible, but I like all the time I see you're happy with dance, food, family, and it's very similar to her culture. Like for us, food is important, very important. The family is important too, and we don't dance because we don't dance.
No, you dance very well. So like when you shake your
I can shake my culo.
But
my culo doesn't
learning.
work. I have to fix it.
She told me this one time. She was like, how you do it?
This is insane. We burn dancing.
Yeah, you're burn dancing, samba, doing samba. It's funny.
We burn eating, you dance.
Another thing that I'm thinking is, I think we are similar. Like, I'm watching you shaking your hands, you're like moving. It's funny because when you go out with the Americans, so they used to do this.
They're cold. They are very professional. Also in the relationship, very professional.
I think they care a lot about the personal space. Like don't go so close. Like me and you're like, oh yeah, you have to go to Brazil, touching and doing this stuff. That's why I think we are similar. Very similar. I don't know, we match. Like you're living in pretty soon to your country, but what the things are you are bring with you from here, like from America and especially Delaware, like things that you're gonna miss here?
Oh, like miss my friend, like I'm gonna miss a lot my friend, like you, Angel, or this friend that I know here, like, and I'm gonna miss the cheeseburger. I never eat a cheeseburger in my life before to came here. I never like eat meat in my life before. I was vegetarian before coming
Ah,
here.
seriously? I didn't know this.
I was vegetarian. I came here. The pizza was terrible. The pasta was terrible. So I started to eat the meat. I love the cheeseburger and I eat just cheeseburger. I'm gonna miss travel a lot. And it's not so hard travel here, you know? Like I can go in New York with the bus and it's so easy. Like,
and you can pay like $17, $12 sometimes for the bus.
Yeah, like it's so easy travel here.
And also, I cannot wait until you go to Brazil.
Oh my god,
Seriously.
it's my big dream. Since when I was young, I'm talking about Brazil.
That's great. I want to stay there and I want you.
Yeah,
and you can
it's
come.
gonna be
Seriously.
big dream. Really. And you have
great.
to come when you finish in America, in
course.
Europe. You really have to come.
Of course. That's why we're gonna keep this friendship.
Thank you. When you come in Italy, we can party together.
Of course I will. But I mean, I want to tell you that how strong you are because you are only 20 years old, and in your age I could never and never think about to do the exchange, seriously, because I was like so immature for that age. And I was so scared about everything, scared to live in another place without my family, without my friends, my boyfriend, and you are here and you are in the United States by yourself. Yeah. And seriously, this is really amazing. And this video is for sharing about the experiences and for you guys know how it's good have this chance to know people for the other parts of the world and turn friends, know the place and do these stuff, and it's really good. So if you are underage and you are considering come here, please look this girl. Look this girl. She's having a really good experience and I'm pretty sure you are like more mature now for do your stuff.
Yeah, like becoming USA when you're underage is hard for all the reasons I explained before, but like it's very nice. I met a lot of people. I grew up a lot because it wasn't like that. 1 year ago, like I couldn't do like an experience like that because I was too shy. So now I know myself. I know what I want. I grew up a lot. I improved my English also if it doesn't know. I improved my English.
I mean, when I came here, I could not speak in English.
Me too.
I knew the words, but I didn't know how to
use it.
Talk. Yeah, you know, we were talking about it. It was like, we know like green, dog. But we didn't know how to have a conversation. And now look how big is this experience and how big we are now. This video is for sharing this experience. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't give up about your dreams. Don't give up about the things that people are gonna say you. So, I mean, a lot of people are gonna say a lot of bad things for you, like don't go, you're so young, you're so immature or stuff like that, but
you need to stay with your family. Everybody was, except my family, was like against me. They was telling me like you're not mature enough, you need to stay with your family, you have to go to the college. But I think that is a very good age to do it.
Yes.
Because I finished the high school, I came here for understand what I want from my life.
And do you still want to be a mother? Just kidding.
When I was in Italy, I was thinking to become mom when I was like 24.
Yes.
Now 34, 22.
Okay.
I have done not for a year, not enough. Like 34.
Please talk with all the people you can talk. It is amazing. You can improve your English. Sometimes the people they don't want it to talk only with the host family because they don't feel comfortable. So meet friends and go hang out with them and call them for coming to your house and stuff like that. And that's all, girls, boys, and everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you want to say something?
Ciao.
How can I say it in Italy?
Ciao.
Ciao também?
Ciao, it's the same.
Ciao. So, tchau. Beijo grande. Até a próxima. Fique com Deus.
Beijo grande. Apreço a próxima. Bate.
Bate pra vocês.